Oh, thank you, Lord, for this week. We got a good one for you. Daniel chapter 6, verse number 10. And it says, "Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being opened, his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and he prayed, and he gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime." Daniel had this unusual habit. It was a habit. It was a good routine, and that was he prayed not once, not twice, but 3 times a day. He went to prayer, and more than likely he would face Jerusalem, and it became an everyday occurrence for him. Well, one day Daniel woke up and he wasn't in his chamber, and he wasn't in the palace, and he wasn't in his house. He was in a lion's den. Guess what he did in that lion's den? He prayed 3 times a day. Guess what happened? The lions didn't eat him. See, if you always wait till you're in a crisis to pray, then you may never pray because you'll be focused on the crisis. But if you go into every crisis, and we have those, with a habit that's already working for you, then you will pray out of habit. And out of habit, you'll be preserved, sometimes healed, sometimes blessed, but all the time taken care of. Too many wait for a crisis, then they start to pray, and then they're not used to praying. They're not used to singing. And then they don't think it's working because it doesn't feel right. They're engulfed by their situation. But because Daniel had an operating habit, say that, operational habit, because he had a habit that was being executed, he just went into the next condition, the next situation, and it just worked automatically for him. Because you see, your habit takes you into your habitation. Whether it's confessing the healing scriptures, don't wait till you're sick to confess healing scriptures. Confess healing scriptures while you're well. Don't wait to confess peace scriptures whenever you're in turmoil. Get peace into you every day. I thank you for the peace that passes all understanding. You give me peace not as the world gives, but as you give. And begin every day to get a habit of the things that mean something to you, like your money, like your peace, like your family, like anything that around you that you would never want to be without. Rehearse it and rehearse it, because it's just a matter of time before you're in a situation that, under normal conditions, you're not going to feel like doing it. But because it's a habit, it'll begin to operate automatically. And automatically, you'll feel the strength and the power that that habit brings you. Psalm 91 says, because David made God his habitation, that he was surrounded by blessing and protected. Your habitation, or the place you dwell, is formed by your daily habits. It's your daily habits that take and determine your destiny. Don't wait for a big break. Don't wait for an amazing phone call. Don't wait for someone to discover you. Discover God every day, and you will be discovered in God's exact time for you. That's your word for the week.